And continuing Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, abusing the magnificent ability of save warping to get some little bit of a extra travel path beneath it. So it would be time to go further again. And once again, also now look, it shows up. It would be up there at the northern mountain area, which of course, knowing the general high rule, is Death Mountain. Although in this case, it is not that ominous. Well, it is an ominous, scary mountain with all the rocks falling, but generally speaking, it is not that scary place in this game. As in the first Legend of Zelda, it was look name of the final dungeon, which was not easy, which is not easy to get through. And I'm not speaking about the final boss of that game, because the final boss in that game is quite wimpy. And in Zelda 2, it was very much of a second area of that game, and it was a horrifying maze of all kinds of nasty dungeons and nasty caves and all that kind of things that you had to navigate through. It was very unpleasant, dangerous maze. But in this one, it's you could say just another location. This would be an area that would be quite necessary to pay visit to, but Link can't swim, at least not yet. So, but there's a way to fix it. Because living here, or going here to Zora's domain, it's possible to go and do a little bit of a financial transaction. Why would King Zora want money? Is unknown, but this is basically the only upgrade in this game that you are just gonna buy with cold hard coin, and it's gonna take out quite a big hefty sum of it to buy those flippers, but they are mandatory upgrade, and it's good thing that they actually added some real use to the money. So let's just rumble in and see what he's up to. Yep. Yeah, I want the flippers. So they have several of them. Hey up. Now Link knows how to swim. Is an awesome ability, and while at it also allows to be a little bit of a test run right here and get that snag a piece of heart, and I occasionally between the episodes may do some piece of heart snaggings about just to get myself just to get some of those secrets placed. But if it's a matter of items that you could actually use, I'm not gonna get them off screen. So, but waterfall of wishing, I think it might be here. Oh, mysterious pond. Oh, throw an item. So now I can choose what item I wish to throw in, and this is the old-fashioned fairy tale thing, as in throw something, stuff in, and be honest. So let's just try throwing a boomerang. Yep. Oh yeah, I did. Oh, if you the magical boomerang, I'll just leave and come back again, because there's two items that this pond can actually upgrade. One of them can later be also bought, but this time it's just a matter of you can now just throw it. No, you can't upgrade your sword in it, but you can upgrade the shield. There's 3 tiers of shield in this game. Yeah, I did. Now I got the red shield, which is bigger and can block fireballs. Like that. It generally can. It ain't. I would say that blocking in this game is not that necessary because usually you can just maneuver out of the way. But it's still nice to have an upgrade. So it would be time to. The flippers give Link quite a lot new areas to wander into, but there's still one more place where to really want to go. Just throw that in there. Because of course there would be some kind of weird things living beneath the bridges. Not that one. There's rocks and all that kind of nonsense in the way. So it takes a little bit of a maneuvering from me. Yeah, find the proper location. Yep, there it is. And once you look at the map, things like does it make any sense in geology and hydrology really doesn't appear because there's this big lake Hylia and there's these waterfalls at the Death Mountain, but there's no sea where it goes. So the map in that sense really does not make sense. But it doesn't really matter, it's a video game. From an era where video games very little even tried to make sense about their locations and specifics. They were just basically, we need some waterways, and well, now we can put them into the game. It doesn't matter that they don't make any sense in geology, or is it hydrology? They just have to be there, so, or better say, if they put it, they just put it in there and slap them together, and that's it. And it was generally everybody liked it because it's fun. It was fun, not funny, but it was just fun, good gameplay. Especially if you had a good gameplay, it really didn't matter how nonsensical settings and locations you had, which is something like a factor I always kind of appreciate with the medium, that you can. Silliness is not forbidden. But it took a bit of a, you could say, twist around in here to swim, because there's the guy underneath the bridge. Oh, sorry, the spoiler. There's a guy living underneath the bridge. But of course, when you could know how to swim, you might get a curiosity about, should I actually try to go and find my path? Go and swim beneath the bridge. And yes, you do. Weird that nobody ever notices that there's a smoke coming out from beneath the bridge. But it still looks nice. Oh, yeah. Well, hello. Oh, apparently he knows me. And that's the bottle number 3. And it would be the last bottle for a very long time. I would say that pacing of getting certain upgrades in this game is not, you could say, truly perfect, well planned. Because some upgrades you get in very late phase, you get one upgrade, and then not that quickly after that you get more upgrade for that, meaning that most of the game you go without that upgrade. Especially talking about the damage reduction armor, or at least in the as while in original Legend of Zelda you could get the first tier of armor or damage reduction just with money before you even went to the first dungeon. I more or less have everything necessary to try to now start tackling the Death Mountain. I'm gonna say not everything necessary, I already have that, but of the upgrades that I can get before I'm going to tackle the Death Mountain. Yeah, shoot your arrows as much as you want. I am not intimidated by it. Just bashing through. It's a lovely, nice little quick run. That shopping fountain bush was just big out of personal amusement and spite. Damn, I don't like those bird things. So let's just pick up this heavy rock. See what reads in the sign. Danger. Do not enter Death Mountain without the king's permission. King is dead. So I have the permission. Screw you. That's the witty political statement of Link. While at it. And besides, there's no idea how good the king was doing his job already. Oh, so he lost the lamp. Well, I have the lamp. The guy was stumbling through the darkness. All right, turn. Plenty of keys around here, which is to say bats. Right here. Oh, that guy is strangely well informed. I would say suspiciously well informed, but that was just a little bit of a tunnel to stumble through. And I got these big rocks stumbling about, and general enemies as well. And I got one very important and necessary upgrade item. Well, the old man gives me a full health, at least, which is nice and convenient, which is also what I needed. So let's just see what's going on in here with this Link with his weird pink hair. Going through this doorway. Well, now I'm climbing up the Death Mountain, which is a big mountain, several layers of all kinds of danger and nonsense. No need to go there. Big, tall staircase, and there's a layer of clearly indicating that there's Hyrule below and cloud top. So, yep, we are very high. Very small little visual details to tell you that, yep, you are very high. And there's something completely new and bizarre in here. A blue hat. Now Link has become a cute little bunny. Way to fall down there, but I'm not gonna take that, mostly because it might lead me to some unpleasant side path, and I'm quite certain that the extra walk path around here would be so much more unpleasant. But I can still... Let's take the magic mirror out. Yeah, I can still use it even when I'm in this silly bunny form. And there's already a new little heart upgrader in here. So, yep. And that little springy thing is what allows me to get back to the twisted evil dark world. To where I'm, well, that is also Tower of Hera where I need to be going. And there's a couple of those blocks around here just blocking my path, saying that yep, you ain't coming here this way yet. So let's just stumble in to Tower of Hera. Yeah, and a new mechanic is introduced, these switchy blocks. And there's plenty of these. There's already basic mechanics of all the enemies being present. Enemies, switching blocks, floors. And this you could say dungeon or temple, whatever word you want to use, is really... Oh yeah, that's kind of necessary thing. I've already got the map. So let's just look about it. Yeah, it's a tower and very narrow rooms, meaning that there's plenty of verticality in this dungeon, which may not be or you could say the most pleasant thing. Wandering through different layers of the dungeon. So, but let's just go through this path first. And this room would be teaching you a little bit of a new mechanic around here, which is to say you can be dropped to the lower floor through those specific kind of rooms. And those blue enemies are, well, of course you can defeat them, but they push you around when you hit them, so those big holes may be what help you. But you can also make them fall to their death and doom. And these star blocks switch around the floor, so they just jump down. And there was already a path upwards. So the dungeon's basic layout has already made quite clear, but it ain't that gonna be that easy. And this dungeon has maybe not the, you could say, truly difficult boss, but quite unpleasant boss. And by being hit, but luckily I still have the fairy. A little bit of crack cockiness and I'm almost at full health. So it was worth it. It's a bit mistakes. Smashing these blocks is kind of very necessary in this dungeon. Magics gave a big hint that, yep, hit the fires. Big P, meaning go up. Which is, of course, saying that, yep, that's where the full main bread and butter of the dungeons is gonna lie. And there's quite lots of these annoying little block puzzle solutions that you have to do. say that the Zeldas basically are qualification is action RPGs, but press it again. So much of this. Quite lots of this. You have to open these blocks, open those blocks, switching around. Hassle, which isn't the most fun, as this gameplay is concerned. But it doesn't really matter because in every other sense the gameplay is really good. Although the puzzles being navigation occasionally being somewhat obscure, may reduce the, you could say, the fun factor of these. We will do quite a lot. But after that, there's not much really point in that. Let's make it like this. Spatial awareness and three-dimensional thinking is quite necessary in this level stage, because it's a tower, alright? It was mentioned to be a tower. These worm enemies around here as well. I got the compass now. Found the lair of the evil master. Which ain't really, you could say, difficult to guess. Yeah, it's up there, 6th floor. Magic as well while I'm at it. And there's new kind of peril in here, these fire bars. Finally, oh, it would be a little bit of a guessing game to figure out where should the what is the dropping zone? Guess is right here. Yes, complete big success. Moon Pearl. And that allows me to get past that path. I got the dungeon treasure. I've got the... and I got the boss. So now it is just a case of go there and beat the boss. In my books, is not the most easy stuff to do, because that boss is Moldorm. Yeah, it's not a worm and it's not moldy, but the main difficulty of this boss fight is not it taking damage, but because it's surrounded by this fall below tile, and if you take it too carelessly, it's gonna bump you off the ground. don't know does the fully charged sword swipe do more damage, but it gets faster whenever you get to it. Pain, so like that. One hit may be enough. Oh, no, damn, more. I'm gonna do a bit of a change. And of course, if it's gonna knock you off the platforms, it means that, yep, the battle is gonna be reset completely. And I don't know, does the fully charged attack, which should be do more damage, do double damage to that Moldor or not? It's a very finicky boss fight in that sense. Damn it, again. And more again. Alright. Yes. Yep, Moldorm is much more of a, you could say, more frustrating kind of boss than you would generally expect. It's just that little tinkery little falling drop down floor which does the pain and damage. Because that would happen, it also throws me off the whole stage. And it takes 6 strikes to defeat. But of course, I don't have to be certain that does it mean 6 strikes in total or 6 hit points worth of damage total. Because now it should have done 3 charge swipes. I think I'm going to just settle for the regular swipes. 5. Now it's going berserk. 6. Went down. Yeah, look around with those silly spinny googly eyes. Container. And give me the final upgrade token. And with that, I can actually end this episode right here. Next time it is time to, well, pick up the Master Sword and go kill the evil wizard. So, I'll be seeing you then. See you next time. See ya.